Ladies and gentlemen, welcome down to your Fortescue second grade clash of the week. West Scarborough taking on Coastal Cavaliers. We're down here at Kingsway Sporting Complex. West Scarborough's club rooms are being rebuilt at the moment, only a couple of weeks from completion. So they're playing their home games down here at Wanneroo's home. This round is mental health round as well, brought to you by Outside the Locker Room. Be sure to check in with your mates whenever you can, either from the club or in your personal life. West Scarborough will get us underway here this afternoon, kicking left to right. Your referee for this fixture, George Foster Jones. Searching for two touches.
No, I want a linesman.
I need one on this side.
West Scarborough touchy set.
Where's that one?
Waiting for the man drop. Coastal Cavaliers organise a touchy on the far side, then we'll be underway. Shortly ready to be underway. Here we go. Kickoff starts, lands about 25 from the line. Cavs wrap it up, bring it to ground, and immediately set in the pocket.
Pass back.
Slippery conditions here this afternoon. The Raiders has held off. We thought it'd be raining all afternoon. But it looks like a little bit of clear enough skies for the moment as this ball goes to ground, lost backwards. Both these teams looking to improve their result on the start of the season. West Scarborough 6-3. Coastal Cavaliers 5-4, sorry. Lost forward, there's the first one of the afternoon. Just looked up before he caught the ball to number 2. Losing it forward. Advantage will come the way of the Cavs.
Use that, ball's out.
Little box.
Ah!
Cavs just tripping. It's going to be a big penalty. He could be going straight to the bin here. It was a malicious trip.
You put your foot out. That's foul play, mate. He put his foot out to trip him up.
Just like that, first yellow card of the afternoon going against the Coastal Cavaliers. Was a blatant little trip on the kick through. It's going to give West Scarborough the opportunity to punt this one down into the corner. Nice shaping kick. And the first real attacking set. Ready to get underway inside the 22, Scarborough ball.
Mark, can you keep the gap for the whole game, please?
Short 5-man line out, pod set out left.
So, yeah. Thank you.
Big jump up at 4, just goes a little bit long. Still managed to wrap it up though, Scarborough. Pick and go right, almost slides through half a gap, gains the extra couple meters, but then loses it forward on the far side of the ruck. Referee says play away. Still fighting through the contest. Big number 6 does a lot of work for Scarborough. Backs want to be released. A little bit flat, so the inside centre has to go himself. Short side again, having a little crack, brought backwards. Now need to settle, get the forwards back rumbling. Bumping up high after the first contact, fights to ground. Scarborough in position to score here, lost forward, now turnover. Nope, no knock on was the call. Fighting towards the ground, no, it's a try. Thought he was 1 metre short. Kind of just laid across the line, didn't really celebrate. And West Scarborough are going to get the first try of the afternoon. Just plodding across, 5 points to nil, kick to come. No T seemed to come across from the sidelines. It has to go. The drop kick adds the extra 2, 7 points to nil.
Okay. Yeah, all on you.
Nice kickoff retrieved just inside the 22. Opportunity to set. Going wide and deep early. Dangerous with a slippery ball early in the piece. So deep in your 22. But they want to go again. Ball bounces, picked up nicely from the 15. Handed off sweetly through the tackle and trying to keep it alive here now. Inside ball's a good one again, and West Scarborough are going to be away. Nine's just got to try dance inside, outside. Now brought to ground inside the 22. No opportunity for a turnover.
Use now.
Long ball floating on the outside. Cops the bounce, gives the Cavs chance to cover across. Still just on the 22 now. Cavs players trying to dive through but didn't quite have correct body position. Had to pull out. This ball's directly to the outs inside centre. Had to stand still and wait for it. Now they got 3-on-2 short side. Can fire and go. Interception. Can he get the afterburners going? Trying to get away from the first. Looks like he's going to have the speed to go all the way. His interception's been a good one. Coastal Cavaliers are going to go down in the corner and score their first try of the afternoon, pegging back that lead a little bit. Probably had enough time to get a little bit closer to the sticks to make the conversion a little bit easier. But a man down. They've managed to get a try back. 7 points, plays 5, kick to come. Still a man down. The Coastal Cavaliers. Good high kickoff taken down by the inside centre. Manages to get the ball free. Was lucky that wasn't brought into a maul. Did really well there. Plenty of support numbers around the footy. Pod left. Still going short side, but Scarborough have the numbers here. Opportunity for a big clean out, but the support was technical from Cavs. Happy to run these pods, but they're losing meters with every single one of them at the moment, the Cavs. Gonna have to exit. It's outside the 22, has to be center field. Right wing in perfect position to take this one.
Come on, forward, boys, get ready. Get with them.
Almost breaks the first. Taking contact nicely. Cavs being called off the ball, penalty advantage. No clear release. Now space out on the left-hand side, Scarborough. Chance to use the penalty advantage, throw this one around. No fear of the knock-on here.
Boys, don't be lazy on that ruck. Don't be lazy.
Hit center field, need to recycle quickly here, space out wider. Cover defense comes up, so the cutout pass goes over the top, a little bit behind the player. Not much room to maneuver. Not sure if that was a fresh penalty advantage there or the same one.
Good run. Same way.
Advantage over now.
Now advantage is over, so it's still the same one. West Scarborough player down in back plays, hurt his knee.
Swing it back. back this way.
It's great phase play, and as I say, that Scarborough just knocking it on.
We got one down.
Built really strong pressure there for a moment. Now lost forward advantage, Scarborough.
Pass back. Pass back. Pass back.
He took it back.
Marty.
So they're coming back, taken back inside the 22. The referee looks like he'll play the knock-on advantage, maybe.
Pass back, mate. The line out.
That's good. Just keep swinging wide.
I'll just check.
Scarborough off the top. Happy to meet up with the forwards. Going to the backs earlier. There's holes on the outside here. Needed to be one more pass further, but it was a preset plan to have the crash ball. 10 nearly getting the steal. Couldn't get onto it. Little grubber through. Opportunity on the inside for the 9 and the 15. If they can dot it down. And the referee just wants to come confer. But it looks like it was a little bit of magic. Definitely a chance for a try and give him. Crafty little kick through. Ends up being converted. Fullback out of position. Nowhere to go. West Scarborough move up 12 points to 5. Kick to come. So Scarborough able to get back into the lead while the yellow card's still there. Must only be about a minute or so remaining on that one.
Marty. You can come off one injury, that's okay. And then we can get them to have a look at you. And then we'll put you back on.
This one is going to stay inside the right. Yellow card's going to return, so 14 points, plays 5. 15 on 15 now. Yellow card is returning.
Yeah, sure, mate. Sure.
Nice shaping kickoff. Scarborough didn't need to throw that pass. Now Cav's going to get the loss forward. Both teams have done well to play the advantage here. Don't think we've even seen a scrum yet. Stripped in the tackle, and as I jinx it once again, we'll come back for the first scrum of the afternoon. Both of these packs are quite the size as well. Cavs maybe 30, 40 kilo advantage, not too much. Happy to shove everyone on the right-hand side of the field, probably only about 8 metres of blind space.
Crouch.
Scarborough backing themselves in to leave it unprotected as well. They got the half and the flank to cover. Should be able to do it between them. Wing and fullback both behind the line, protecting the kick through, to be expected on days like this. So just 4 across the front, backwards, stops most of the momentum from the set piece. Sloppy old pass from the 9. Just dishing it around, trying to get forward. Hands were nice. The big lock presents nicely now. Scarborough flood the left-hand side. They've left themselves undermanned out on the left here. Cavs can recycle quickly here and get a little bit of an overlap, but they toss it up in the air. And now Scarborough grab a one through. Put it all on the winger. 2 chasers are good here. Left one needs to get on the inside, not let him get out.
Keep retiring.
Outside centre. Tries to beat his man, but he's going to get dragged into touch right in front of us here. Didn't do enough to stay in the field of play. Play on the call. Quick line out taken. Jab and kick over the top, trying to catch Scarborough napping. Danger at the back here. Lots of Cavs numbers on the counter ruck. Scarborough do well to just hold body position. The first player arriving just held on for dear life there. And now trying to bide some extra time with the short pick and go. Going again, need to be careful. Cavs have got a chance on top here, and they win the penalty.
Holding on.
It's great body position just to dive over the top. One short pick and go too many. Just allowed the tackle assist to snatch straight on top of the ball. It'll be interesting to see what option they take here. Dead in front, points available.
Points, Sid.
Shot taken, good to see. Penalty is successful. Gives the 3 points there to the Coastal Cavs. 8 points plays 14 in favour of West Scarborough. It's been a solid hit out in the first 17 minutes of your Fortescue second grade clash of the week. During mental health round, brought to you by Outside the Lockup. Kickoff was a solid one. Cavs scrambled, just get over the top and clean out half. Didn't like his options to the right, so darts back left, but gets met with an absolute brick wall. They try to hold him up, but the strip was clean backwards. And now heads up play for the number 8. West Scarborough to have another crack at the line. Fights back to halfway. Tackle assist has a crack, but gets cleaned out immediately. Box charged down and recovered Cavs. Backs are set deep here, but they're not running onto the ball, and now losing it forward. Scarborough going to come away with the scrum.
Nothing coming there, guys.
It's been a case early in this first half. Cavs able to move the ball around with their backs, confident in the hands, but then they're just losing it a little bit out wider because they're not quite running onto the ball. Realising they're trapped behind the advantage line. And then just getting forced into a couple of errors as we wait for the hooker to make his way across to the scrum.
All good, mate? All right. Look on here. Red ball.
Attacking setup, all out on the right-hand side. Cavs happy with 2 at the back as well, so they're going the same as West Scarborough in the deep defensive zones, protecting the grubber kick behind. Cleared out from the scrum, was solid. Backdoor play, chance for the 15 to get his winger clear, but the ball was just in front. Bounces its way down into touch. Big let off for the Cavs there because everything was looking all right. Cavs were looking to shape up and out on defense, but just got a little bit tricked by the backdoor play. Thought the short runner was going to be coming in. Committed to the straight lines. That ball got free and caused an overlap outside. Short line out. Getting trapped. Leg driving straight through, 30 out. for the boot this time. Lots of returning opportunities for West Scarborough early in this play. Unsure which hole he wanted to commit to. Ends up getting wrapped up. Gets back across halfway at least though. Good returns. Two's got a roll. Good pass. Setting the pot outside the fly half, gaining that width. Back set out left, but not too many numbers. Cavs all over this ball. Gonna win the penalty as well, not releasing.
Players all right to the ball.
At least two Cavs players straight over the top, not being met by any opposition. None of the backs wanted to commit to that ruck. Chance for Cavs maybe to get some possession inside the opposition half once again. Have been successful once they finally do get the territory. Just haven't had all of the territory so far. With just about 15 minutes remaining in the first half in your Fortescue second grade clash of the week. It's going to be a Coastal Cavaliers ball, 35 from the line.
I'll keep jogging to see how it feels.
Clean line out, just held at the top. Pop down and across, crash ball. West Scarborough rushed up on defense, and now the grabber comes through from the loose ball. Looks like West Scarborough might just win this foot race. Needs a good dive on the ball.
Here we are. Shoulder him out of the ball, he didn't have the ball.
And penalty goes the way of West Scarborough, shepherding. It's a technical rule fault. Just bumped him out of the way of the ball before he could dive on it. West Scarborough look like they'll opt for the scrum instead of taking the points on offer. Looked like a good opportunity for rule number 1 of rugby there. Take the points, extend this lead out. You don't have too much to play with at the moment. They're going to back in the scrumming ability and try to feed the backs out wider.
All right, we're outside purple there. We're outside.
Still no rain in this first half. Looks like it is clearing out for the afternoon, which is good signs for all involved.
Crouch. Bye.
8, losing it forward at the back of the scrum. Silly little mistake. Leads to the turnover and another scrum the way of the Cavs. See if they can exit out of their 22 once again. The Cavs been successful to at least exit the 22, but not being able to retain possession past halfway. Expect a nice little kick over the top here. There's only one back here for West Scarborough.
Fine.
Looks like we'll have a crash first, but then they're going to need to set up for the kick after. Cavs set deep out to the left. Scrum pressure coming, have to get it out. Doing well to get over the advantage line. Now pocket. Almost charged down, splits the gap between the 11 and 15. Very casually running back, but it's inside the 22.
Go straight on, go straight on, go straight on.
Taking all the time in the world there, the 11. Too much time, in fact. Anybody's footy out there now. Not sure why West Scarborough were being so casual about things, but the lost forward advantage just want to run in, goal dived on, and we'll come back for a scrum. Strange little bit of play from the 11 there. Could have shaped a kick back out, had the space in the 22, but waited for the defense to be in the face. And then trying to throw that flat ball across to his 15 while under pressure leads to a knock on. Silly mistakes in red territory.
Okay. There's your mark.
Cavs have been good since they've entered the 22 on the first few occasions in this game. Now an opportunity, scrum 21 out. Solid scrum, comes out quickly though. Looking to release the backs and they'll take a crash through 13. Just making gain. Flat ball, outnumbered, but managing to fight through, gain the meter, forces the defense to set. And the referee might give an advantage. Yes, he does, all offside, caught napping. Rumbling forward, 25's gonna have to release there, and we're gonna have a penalty back offside.
Offside.
Cavs can take the 3 points on offer once again. On a wet day like this, tries are hard to come by. Once again, applying the first rule. So currently 14 plays 8. This will bring that gap in nicely.
This will make it 11 if you get this. 14, 8. Yep, 14, 11. So 20 seconds here.
Just scoops underneath that one, but does the required trip. So not the prettiest way to add the extra 3, but he gets it done. 14 plays 11. Cavs just closing the gap, coming away with points every single time they get up to the 22.
Push on the ball, Dave, please. Push on the kick. Just team, bro.
Pass back.
Restart is good. Cavs go immediately to the boot. High flying kick. 15 does well. Releases an early pass. Looks shaping for the kick, but then puts the boot away and decides to take it center field. One straight over the top from Cavs. Couldn't come away from the ball. Numbers on the right-hand side. He just needs to draw and pass. Opportunity for the winger to dot this one straight past the fullback, and then they try to trip him up again. Could have been seen both ways there. Just after the grubber through. But off the Cavaliers defender, and they're going to come away with the ball. So good entry here for West Scarborough. Line out, just a touch under 10 out from the line. Can they convert as well as the Coastal have been? Five-man gets tipped off the back, then lost forward. Scrum down, Coastal ball. Just struggling to get points when they're in the red zone. West Scarborough, they've had a lot of territory here. Shove was great by West Scarborough, but ball comes out cleanly nonetheless. Straight back into the pocket. Cavs want to clear. It's a good kick, flirting with touch, won't get out, but dropped into touch. No sticky hands from the 11, went a little bit too hard on the chest. Cavs get a great net result, line out 45 from the line.
Break the momentum.
Scrum called, lost forward into touch.
Scrum. Scrum. Scrum, West, scrum. Big push, big push.
Scrum right in front of commentary position here.
West, let's go.
Yeah, we know. Let's go.
Pressure, Solo, pressure. He can't hold you. Crouch. Kid, it's your fucking scrum. Fine.
No, ask him, but ask him.
Coastal loose head popping up, just getting twisted around. Lucky ball was available at the back. Just weren't set low enough there, the front row from the Cavs. You see the backs are being applied, great pressure now, losing about 5-10 metres off the back of the scrum. Slow ball. Straight to the boot, cute little one. Halfback coming across, needs to get on top of the ball. Getting chased down, gonna have to hold on for dear life here. Throws it backwards to avoid it, but then the kick comes through Cavs. 14 needs a nice bounce, couldn't get the nice bounce, now gets tackled one out from his own line. Turnover comes, no, penalty.
Diving on the player. Diving on the player. No.
So, player dived on the ball, arriving player from Coastal Cavaliers, off feet straight onto him, diving on a tackled man on the floor. West Scarborough escaped there from an all but certain try. Just needed to maintain discipline and it was all theirs. Not too many metres gained from the clearing kick, was hard centre field. So have a line out, 25 from the line, early lift goes up. Crash ball coming. Both go very high into contact.
No purple. Thank you. Well, pass back.
To the boot. Winger's not back, so the fullback's going to have to cover across a little bit here. It's going to be a close hit. Manages to beat the first, steps around the second, gets the hands free. Great use of the hands and feet there. Chopped at the legs. Now the turnover coming West Scarborough. No, lost forward, maybe off blue. Referee lets it all play away and feed into touch. And everybody just having a little bit of chat. One player down just on the sideline here.
Hey, boys, Risties, come back. Come back.
Magic spray being applied down here on the sideline. Certainly looks impressive. No one knows what it does still to this day.
Let's go, boys, let's go, get up. Let's back up, hey.
Hey, boys, come on. Let's stay level-headed here, eh? All good. 1v2, boys. Apologise for that.
Certainly looks in a lot of discomfort.
Betsy.
And he'll retire himself off to the sideline, gets a wrap for it.
Play before.
So after all that, scrum down, West ball.
Crouch. Now fucking scrum. Fine. Kill him, Marley. Set.
6 minutes to go in the first half. This scrum wheeling around just a little bit late. Inside check ball was a nice one. Gets over the advantage line. Cavs player over the ball, cleaned out just in time. Looked for the tipped, realised he didn't have enough time.
No blue, no purple.
Slow ball was picked straight through the middle. Half didn't want it, so then they're now chip over the top, and he's going to win the foot race. Needs a little bit of bounce, puts it back on the toe, on the knee, and then scores the try. From a slow piece of play at the back of the ruck, nothing happening from it, so they decide to go straight through the middle. No one defending the A pillar. And there's a lovely ball off to the halfback who manages to put it on the toe, grubber it twice for himself and dot it over the line. West Scarborough score another try, 19 plays 11, with a kick to come straight in front. And conversion successful, so 21 plays 11. It's the end of your first half in the Fortescue second grade clash of the week. We'll be right back for second half. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the second half of your Fortescue second grade clash of the week. Leading in at halftime, West Scarborough up 21 points to 11. It's mental health round, brought to you by Outside the Locker Room. Make sure you're always checking up on your mates from the club and in your personal life. Cavs to get us back underway, kicking left to right in the second half here. Weather has cleared up even more once again. There's glimmers of bright sky in the air, so hopefully the weather will hold off for the rest of the day. Kick return gets holded immediately. Scarborough able to bust through the first little bit of contact, getting the hands three and again. Now they just need to get to ground. Don't need to be silly with this one, but the 24 could get straight through, and now an inside ball to the 9. And just like that, after the first phase of the second half, West Scarborough score. I mean, that was meant to just be a regulation. Little pod ball out to the left, but with half a line break and popping off left and right. West Scarborough get their first try of the second half, extending their lead. 26 plays 11, kick to come. Not sure what happened there from the Cavs, just got caught lacking.
All right, boys, I've done my hemi. Yeah. So, I don't know if we're going to have another. Well, we'll just keep going as best I can, but I can't keep up now, right? So how many all right. No, I'm good, thanks. Call him on if he wants.
Just waiting for the kick now. Took a second to get set. Seconds coming off the clock. Takes it and conversion successful, so adding the extra 2. 28 plays 11. We're only 1 minute into the second half.
Keep up as much as I can because there's no other reps.
Referee seems to be injured as well. George Foster-Jones, unsure of himself out there. Might have picked up a niggle. We didn't quite hear it over the mic. Maybe I'll put down the headset, finish off this second half for them. Talk to you live out on the field at the same time. Scarborough let this one bounce. Dangerous game to be playing. Cavs come away with the ball, so net result terrible there. Scarborough up, then no release. Penalty gets gifted away. Cavs with an opportunity to get right back at them. Now realising the gap, they take the early crack at the line. The point still would have been solid in my opinion. Line out's going to be about 15 from the line. Full set.
What are your numbers, guys? Full line out, full.
Scarborough bring this one down. Slow playing the pocket. Decide it was too long, so they go the pick and go, but he's fought his way too far outside the 22. So they're going to have to keep this one in play.
Back.
Goes back now. Tries to split between the wing and the fullback. It's going to bounce a couple times, sits up. Heads up footy now. Decides to run straight over the first tackler. Gets held, must release now. No support. Gets held up for a moment, and now the arriving players collapse over the top. Short side numbers.
No, careful,
Lifted.
careful. Well done.
And well done by the West Scarborough players just to make sure that one was brought down back safely. Tackle now.
Get in there, Tugger! Tugger, fucking get in there!
Pod flat-footed.
Last red.
Penalty goes the way of the Cavs. Off feet.
Keep working that D, boys.
And now 40 out from the line in the middle of the field. Just need to make sure of this one.
Make sure, Phil.
Does just that. Floats inside the 22 into touch. 20 metres will be the trip. Another opportunity here for Cavs to go forward. Close this gap.
Shut up. No cancel.
Dishing off the top. 10 looks back door. Opts for the width and the space, but absolutely crashed centre field, and it's a bit high.
Boys, leave it. Leave it.
Nothing's getting a little bit. Everybody happy to say hello here this afternoon.
Come boys, come on. Boys back, please. Wait, back. Pick it up. Who's the captain now? Who's the captain? Yeah, no, mate. Come here. So you're leading with the shoulder, mate? Okay, I don't need any of that.
What was that for, Riff? Haven't seen a big hit before.
So yellow card coming against West Scarborough here.
Haven't seen a big hit before.
Referee taking action immediately. Shoulder charge, centre field. Centre field.
Nice hit, Seth. Good hit, bro. Good hit, Seth. Just land on them next time. Kaya.
Play on.
Line out ball goes straight over the top, but Cavs still
Yeah! That's it, now.
managed to hold on to the ball. West Scarborough's bench getting fired up, wanting to see some more hits getting into each other. Stripped through the tackle, play on, lost forward. Now Cavs opportunity with advantage, short side numbers. Can go, do go. Now 3 on 3, so just need to accept. Pick and go from the 8. Manages to get inside the 5. Cavs real opportunity here now. Bit of obstruction.
Liam, wait. But watch our numbers, bro. Watch our changes. Let's go West!
And clearing kick into touch is a good one. Makes its way 30 odd out from the line. Back down short side. West managing to hold on to the ball. Not really going anywhere at this stage though. High floating kick, 1 versus 3. West Scarborough, no one can really get a hand on it. Managing just to stay in touch. Penalty goes the way of the Coastal Cavaliers, managing just to get enough numbers over the side of the ruck, holding on.
Yes.
Subs coming on for Scarborough, 2 fresh legs. Make that 4 if you want to do the math properly, actually. Just waiting for the ball on the sideline. Cavs attacking line out. 25 from the line. Pod set just out to the right, 6-man. Throw just didn't have the gas. Fall short. Scarborough get the turnover, so they're happy to take a crash. Jabbing little kick through. Foot race looks good, but the fullback's going to have to accept a big hit here. Loses it forward through the contact. Gee, it took a little bit of courage to hit that as hard as he did, though. Had to win the foot race and had to accept the contact. Lovely little bit of work there from the fullback. Coming up on the 10-minute mark in the second half, it's still West 28, Coastal Cavaliers 11. West a man down with the yellow card. Just waiting for a couple of injuries to be sorted.
Yeah, he's all right.
Are we on 23?
Everybody back to their feet and we're set ready to go again.
Okay. Crouch. Bind. Set.
Straight in and out. Good scrum from both sides. Just falling away after the fact. But they all get up safely. Centre field crash was nice. 40 to go for West Scarborough. They spin it back left, but they're actually outmanned about 2-1 at the moment. Need to secure this ball and get it out quickly before a counter-ruck comes. Good flat ball, good leg drive as well. Still fighting through. Need to roll out of their calves. Numbers out right. Ball was a little bit behind the plate. Now gets the second pass away. 3 now. And looking to dart just back on the inside. Good little bit of work. Gaining meters inside the 22. West Scarborough in a handy position to get some more points now. Flanker shrugs off one. Goes again. Brought to ground eventually. Short side. Little skip past winger. Nowhere to go. Is out in front of him too. Has to just go to ground. Ball slows now. Plenty of options. Struggling to roll. Clean ball eventually. Everyone getting met up by some big line speed now. Cavs struggling to do anything but put this forward pressure on. But they've slipped off one tackle here. Interception comes. Needs to just hold on to the ball. Throws the risky pass. Now the winger puts this one high into the air. Foot race coming back onto who wants it. Can pick it up and go all the way. Off the interception and off the boot. Number 14, Coastal Cavaliers, is going to close the gap and score another one. And all of a sudden, game on when West Scarborough were looking like they were going to extend the lead. 16 plays 28, kick to come. Thought West Scarborough were looking ominous there, but it was the line speed, the Cavs. And allowed a little bit of fractious energy coming through the line. Didn't need to throw the last pass. Didn't need to throw the last two to be, in fact. And forces the intercept. It was a great little chip over the top, sat up nicely. Thought he was going to have to go to the boot again, but manages to regather and just put on the afterburners, go all the way. Cavs to make the gap down to 10. If they can slot this one over from right in front. It's quite far back for a kick straight in front. Puts himself 20 metres there. He's going to have to strike through this one still. looks good, is good. 18 plays 28. And your Fortescue second grade clash of the week, brought to you by Outside the Locker Room for Mental Health Round. Coming up after this game as well at 3:30, as you see some sun really starting to appear out on the pitch, will be your first grade clash of the week. A very informed West Scarborough first grade side. It's going to be taking on a quick little Cavaliers side that we've seen a couple of weeks ago that can cause troubles everywhere on the park. Have lost a couple of their force players. It's going to take a mighty effort from the Cavs, but I wouldn't put them out of it too quickly. Deep kick off inside the 22. Setting box. Decide to have another phase. Scarborough ready for to receive the kick, then the trick little pop. Gets them outside the 22. And now they want to have another little go with the forwards. Lost forward, doesn't pay off this time. Giving possession away. Yellow card can return. So 15 men versus 15 again now.
Crouch. Fine. Set. Behind the ball, half.
Ball just awkwardly pops out the back. Half has to go blind. Gets wrapped up. And secures nicely. So the forwards have a little pick and go themselves, no half. Cavs straight on top, get the penalty. Great little bit of awareness. No one really setting the ruck there. So Cavs able just to get straight over the top. Very chuffed with himself as well. And the clearing kick looks like it's skied up in the air, but has enough angle. Finds its way into touch. 44 metres till the West Scarborough line. Cavs feed.
Both of you, open it up, please. Please. Half a metre each way. Another half step, guys.
Now that we've seen the sun come out here this afternoon, starting to get a little bit warm over here in the commentary position. Taking one jacket off. Might want to pull the second jumper off, but it would affect my calling of this game, so I'm going to tough it out for everyone there. Lost forward in back play. Cavs had a great opportunity to get back on the attack and start closing this gap even more, but they've lost about 25 metres and turned the ball over. Centre field scrum. Scarborough stacked the left-hand side. They got 4 out here, 2 on the right-hand side.
Bind. Our scrum win!
Coastal match up 3 and 2. With 1 floating at the back. 8 picked, but didn't really move, so then they have to get it away in a different little fashion, but getting it wide, and the fullback's got to make a big covering tackle out on the wing. They're only going to be 5 metres out from the line. Turnover opportunity is there, gets taken, and now Coastal Cavaliers have just got to settle this one, wait for the support to arrive and clear. They've done well to push out towards the 22, and they hit the pocket and bomb this one straight back down the field. It's not out. 25 does well, pops it back into himself, and now runs it straight back over the arriving player. Does get brought to ground though, good courage by the tackler. Loose old ball. Now they're finding space out wide. West Scarborough can get it out to the wing. Decides to hold on to the ball. Need to get over the top here, secure. Ball comes out clear. 22 palms off one, goes straight through. West Scarborough gonna gain back on top of their lead. Making the score 33 to 18. When the kick to come straight in front, it was a great little move by the 22, just to pick his angle, go through the gap, palm one off. And no cover defense across the back to stop him coming.
Hey, I'm not good, I'm just looking for. Yeah.
That fella, I mean, we were down here, he just comes straight over the top, collapsed, straight on one of our heads.
Okay.
Now the lead back out once again. As we're halfway through the second half. Conversion successful, adding the extra 2, 35, plays 18. Cavs are going to need to hold on to some ball, get some good territory, not make these mistakes once they're getting up and in position.
Let's finish strong forwards. Hey!
Kazon, give me your boots because my feet are coming up the front. What's the one that you go to? 11. I'll switch you.
Kickoff sits out 24 from the line. Easy sort of take. Blindside opportunity. Cut out pass for the winger. It's going to run out of support, so goes to the boot. Very casually coming back up to halfway, Coastal Cavaliers. And after the referee complaint just after half time of having a little bit of a niggle, saying he might not be able to complete the game. He has looked good. Might have been able to wave it off. Maybe got a little bit of magic spray on the knee. Wobbly, little kickoff, manages just to hold on. Little pop, doesn't go to hand, Cavs turnover, need to just hold on and take this to ground. Now stripped, turned over again. Straight up center field, not held on the ground, is held on the ground. Penalty Cavs. Tap and go, risky opportunity, not 10. So not 10 slapped down. Silly little thing from Scarborough. Cavs looks like they want to run the ball.
Let's work forward. Get that ball back.
Tapping and going. Big number 4 goes through into contact.
Well done.
Firing out left, flat ball, pops round, gets just up to the 22. They're outside, but ball's available, ready to spin again. Second carry for the big 4. Mismatch on numbers out here. Scarborough have the upper hand, so that all the backs need to come in and support clear out here. Pod slow to form out on the left here, need to get the ball free. Half has to go himself in the end, no options running. Kicked forward in the ruck, now pops out to the side, fullback covering across, can just dive on this one, 22 dropout. Dropout, bouncing just around halfway, gets on the inside of the 14. Chase is there, he's going to have to step the first one. Manages to get away, now splits the gap between the two other arriving chasers. Ball stripped through the tackle. Tackle now must release. Plenty of numbers there for Scarborough. They've got lost forward advantage. 17 wanted it, realised it was going not to him, leaves it go. Now firing even wider still. Advantage over, wing building up speed down the side, flies it into the 22, but it's just in front of him, lost forward. Cavs on top. Secure nicely, but not much organisation for runners off the ball. Still beating the advantage line, and now advantage over for them too, up to halfway. And if they can get quick release out to the right, there might be something brewing here. No fullback, now called backwards by his bench. They still go to the boot. Chasing backwards, just sits inside the 22, maybe caught outside. And now, weirdly shaping technique on the kick. Doesn't sure which way he wanted to boot that one. Fullback takes a second to take it in. Kicks this one directly into touch. And the net gain goes the way of Scarborough there, winning the kicking battle overall. Line out will be 35 from the line. 5-man. Faking it front, early lift, then they just take the free pickings, dishing across the back. Firing out on the right-hand side, West Scarborough could have given a short ball, decides to hold on to it, still leg driving through contact. Building phases down the blind side, happy to open things up. They got many, many players out on the left here. It's just a decision of when they decide to release them. Ball fires now. Goes front door, then back door. Chance now if the one can get the pass off, but took a little bit too much time. The number 2 throws his tackler over the top of him. As they make their way up inside the 22. Strip comes, Cavs get straight over the top. And that was the man with the left boot changeover, finally getting on the ball. Now return over once again, West Scarborough one-on-one fullback, as easy as you like. No matter how many boots you swap, you're not going to stop that try. West Scarborough go in for another. 45 plays 18. Kick to come under the sticks, and there's going to be about 10 minutes to go straight after. Conversion successful as well. 47-18 now, the score being a little bit insurmountable. Cavs casually back up to halfway once again, winding down the clock ever so slowly. Long jabbing kickoff makes its way inside the 22 on the bounce, touched by Scarborough. Have to make sure this one stays in. Does well to jig around the first tackle, now loops around the outside. Has done well to push forward.
Back.
Good contact in the middle of the field. Both tacklers struggling to bring him down. The long bong comes.
You didn't roll away, which allowed you on the ball.
And just bounces into touch after halfway. Tipped off the top. Scarborough now eventually get it through to the backs. They got a little bit of space to burn. Cavs weren't up too quickly. The ball runner builds up a head of steam and fights through the first couple hits. Rush defense good, put a lot of pressure on the catch and causes the knock on. Fullback wants to have a little crack. Beats the first. Cracks the second, rolls out of him as well. Still fighting through contact. Great kick return. Good use of advantage. Knocked backwards. Now onto the boot. Taps it, goes backwards, manages to stay in the field of play. The inside the 22, presenting backwards It's 2v1 on the clean out, trying to get on top of the ball. Cavs get the penalty. Not long left in this game now, just about 8 minutes, so they might go the tap and go. That's not the mark, young man. Got to bring it across to the referee. Now they look to the line. No, still tap and go option.
Let's go, guys.
And then back to the line again. So looking left, right and centre for his own option. Found it eventually in the safety of touch. Six-man line out for the Cavs. About 15 from the line. Up at 4 and win it and form a maul. Must use, no maul formed. No engagement on the maul there by West Scarborough. Calls of use it were good. Flat backdoor ball. 10 fires it wide. Now goes off the boot, interception. What can West Scarborough do with a loose bit of footy like this? They've only got one more to beat. The cover defense is coming though. It's a foot race between these two backs. Who's gonna win it? Coastal Cavaliers look like they're giving up, and the number 6 West Scarborough will go all the way. Lost forward almost. Referee doesn't seem to have caught it. Could have been a little knock on. West Scarborough get away with one. They add one more try to the piece. 52 plays 18 with a kick to come.
Nice defense back.
And after the kick, it'll be about 6.5 to play.
Someone get Geordie a smoke.
Drop goal, little attempt. West Scarborough want more ball in hand. Fades that one out to the right. And that's the end of the game there. So West Scarborough finished this game 52-18, beating the Coastal Cavaliers. Just a little bit too dominant, and they're having a good season at the moment. We'll be right back, everyone, at 3:30 for your Fortescue Premier Grade Clash of the Week. We'll see you then.